put it into I see the results of people that went before me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, let me ask you, who are you looking to see?
I'm looking for studies, surveys, and people that's
Mm-hmm.
been through it because before they drop these vaccines, they have studies that goes on, like they have.
There we go.
So we need to see what happened to those people, what were their side effects, and not just for me. For they have to do it by ethnicity too, because what affects someone African American may not affect someone that's Caucasian or European.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to go by the numbers and what the studies say.
There we go.
Mm,
I definitely believe that because a lot of people don't. The FDA has a job.
right, right.
The FDA has a job. Is has to approve to make sure that there is a quantifiable percentage of the people that will not die due to these drugs. So he's right. We want to make sure that it is safe.
Um, well, through what they say, they say that they ran trials and put people through the tribulations of it
Mm-hmm.
all. Actually, one of my staff members said he took the one of the trials. So again, I'm sorry, I ain't taking that thing no time soon. For the simple fact, it was rushed. This thing was called warp speed, and
He said it was called warp
nobody
speed.
else has
Let's bring that
seen
update.
the coronavirus before.
Mm-hmm.
This is new. So, I've always questioned where the hell do we get the doggone test from? How do we get tests out of nowhere, and everything is just so hunky dory? What, nobody getting nothing? On there made you lose your breath.
Yes.
But you personally didn't. I'm in
Absolutely.
ICU for the next few months. And speaking of which, send love and shout out and prayers out to Sheriff Benny Napoleon.
Yes.
I haven't really
We're
heard any
praying for you
updates
and
on
your
that. So
family. Yes.
yeah, we sending much love out there to the
Absolutely.
family.
Yes. Because he
Um,
was put on
but I
the
mean,
list.
I just recently seen that Barack Obama, George Bush, and Bill Clinton talking about they gonna get the shot on TV, and I'm like, they could put water in y'all. We'll never know if had that
Mm-hmm.
shot or not. And don't get me wrong, love Obama to death. He was an example of what we could be. Granted, to all the people that feel like he ain't this, that, and the other. Guess what? There was no other. He was the first.
He
So
was the
you
first.
give that man his credit for what credit is due. With that being said, that's the same guy that drank Flint water supposedly. I hate to say it like that, but
Yeah.
he drank that cup of Flint water, and we all know how we feel about that Flint water debacle. Um,
Yeah. With they're still restoring to repay those people back. Then spending back on water for those that tuned in. And I want to say thank you for everyone that was staying in while or staying on while we were having a little technical
yes,
difficulties.
yes.
Thank you, Tracy. I put Tracy Tillman Jackson's information into the link, ladies and gentlemen, and then also Justin's information for the Sierra Club. Join the team, Detroit Water Team, as we made that into searching on the Flint water on how we know it's still not acceptable for those residents.
You don't even want to get me to go there. That's a whole nother conversation. Considering around that time when that thing happened, I personally was out there getting people to send water up to Flint.
Yeah.
But again, we ain't gonna go there because that's, you
Table over,
that whole situation is a trip.
and
But
it is.
Yeah, back to the back to the vaccine. I just don't see it. I don't see myself getting anything like that, man. I just don't trust it. I mean, again, you're gonna have to. It's gonna have to be a few million people get that thing before I get anything. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean to tell y'all, call in 313-355-6018. Don't leave us in here not to get nothing from y'all. Give us a call 313-355-6018. And if you shaky about a vaccine, don't you do it.
No. Do
No,
not.
nobody's forcing you to do it.
No, I mean, and then this is not to say don't take, just to say don't take it, but we want to make sure
Right.
that it has gone through screening, and we want to make sure that they're not using black folks as guinea pigs, right?
Right.
Right.
Let me do this drop real quick, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching the Quarantine live on WJZZ Cool TV, live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope. Y'all like that? Yeah, I know y'all like that, but I don't like doing it though. Stop using that voice. All these people around here, like FBI agents. So yeah, I mean, like I said, this is a very trying time, and for something to come out so fast. How long did it take the flu vaccine? I mean,
Now that's a good question. We actually do a little research on how long it took for the
because that's what I want to know. How long really did it take the flu vaccine to come out? Because if it wasn't adding up then, why are we rushing something so deadly out now? And to all y'all people that feel like nobody's healthy is dying from coronavirus, stop that. You got some very young and healthy people out here dying from something that they did not want to get.
Yeah.
So when you put those lies out there, stop it, cut it out, don't do it no more. I'm looking at myself. Ladies and gentlemen, please like and share this if you are watching us from Facebook or YouTube. Whatever it is you need to do that. Because it's some information we dropping out here. But I couldn't wait to get into this conversation. And we about to get into it.
Get into it.
With the progressive movement coming and the old guard of Democrats. And slogans, what they call it, sloganeries, killing campaigns. I'm really starting to think it's an issue of an old way of doing things versus a new way of doing things. 313-355-6018. I know y'all need to call in because this topic about to get
Call in.
I let it fly. We not meeting in the middle about anything. Us as Democrats, we tripping. Everything doesn't need to be on CNN. Everything doesn't need to be on Fox News or none of that. Some of these conversations that we having with each other need to be behind closed doors. If a progressive Democrat, a younger Democrat, comes out and says something, that don't mean you as a baby boomer Democrat need to come out so strong on how they shouldn't be doing that. Guess what? Everything has its time.
Lisa.
Nothing stays the same forever. So when you have people out here that had audacity to say they don't trust people that can't balance a checkbook, when was the last time somebody had a checkbook? I don't know many people with check. My mama don't even carry checkbooks anymore. She got cards. Shout out to my mama if you're watching. So I get confused on where we going. Why does it have to be a your way or the highway? You know, I love Jim Clyburn to death, but he been saying some stuff lately, and I'm like, dude, give it a break. Then Obama came out the other day so hard about the defund the police. And I'm sorry, as activists and politicians, which now I know both sides, as a politician, you're supposed to take that language and then change it to what the policy is supposed to be.
There we go.
So to come out for all, and this is for all y'all, I don't care who you are, for you to keep coming out so hard about a slogan, do your damn job. Your job is to take that slogan and say, let's ring it in. Let's see what this is about.
Yes.
Why do you think we keep having a problem with older folks as young people? And it isn't even a real thing. Some people think it's as fake as systematic racism.
I just think the world has changed. As far as older people, they believe you're supposed to respect first, and it's supposed to be given before it's earned. Younger people feel like you have to earn respect. So those are the difference between the two.
Systems, yeah.
It all depends on how you was raised and brought up.
I get that. And that's where I'm tripped out because I was raised by several different generations. My grandfather would be 96. Lord, please get us to him. He'll be 96 in January 15th, same day as Martin Luther King's birthday. You know what I'm saying? So every day I can't be there or be around that man because of this virus, it pisses me off because it's a part of my family that I really need to be leaning on right now. There's wisdom there that
come on, that's irreplaceable.
You don't get again
at all.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where I get, upset when you got people that feel like, as a millennial, I shouldn't be able to say what I want to. You a damn lie. Because my grandfather tell you in a second, I ain't raised that boy like that.
Come on.
He has us to talk. We supposed to be, what in the world? You know what I'm saying? So I hate that we even have to have that debate over and over and over again.
Yeah. Introduce our guest again because we have people on our Facebook
that don't know. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to introduce my boy again. Mr. Austin Jackson, introduce yourself to the world again, player.
What up? My name's Austin.
What do you do?
I do a lot. I'm a tax preparer. I'm a substitute teacher. I also am an executive chef for a school district. I am a chef manager for a school district. Sorry. So, yes, I do plenty of work around.
Ladies and gentlemen, he can cook. He can do some taxes. And he ain't gonna scam. You don't have to worry about the feds hitting you up saying, hey, that person that did them taxes lied. He good.
Because what happened to you happened to me because I am registered with the IRS.
Bingo.
There we go.
So we gonna drop back to that conversation. Do you think it's a real thing or not?
Yeah, so like we're saying, when we look at, to me, the baby boomers, and we're just saying that Generation X has a different perspective on different ideologies because of different methods of how we are raised, And so I even myself find myself around a lot of seniors.
Right.
And so we know there is a specific position. We come into a room and we allow our elders to have the acknowledgement. But like he's saying, the difference now is that sometimes we conclude that the seniors don't give a certain level of respect that they want to receive.
Right.
But we know there is a blessing to just honor your elders regardless, right? And I think that is what we still have to teach to say that you earn those gray hairs, right? Yes. And they are, just like we all say, we all have our own opinion. But when it's talking about this power shift and a new agenda and things that we know we need to have progressively, that's when we have to just say respectively, it's time for a shift. We remember that you used to do things in a different way, but now we have to do things in a new way for our future and to really shift that. So I think sometimes even when we come to the table, we're not to say that we're not going to respect our elders. We're going to come with the respect. I think that's the Generation X. We're gonna establish that. But the bottom line, we're going to get the work done. And we want to make sure the millennials understand the respect it goes hand in hand because we're trying to change things for our future, right? And we want order. Because without order, there's what? Chaos. Right? So there has to be a structure. And I'm going to say that as a father. Come on. He looking at me crazy. But let your child come in there and act like he going to do what he want to do. You going to bring what?
I ain't talking about no damn kids.
No, but when we
I'm talking about governing.
No, but when we say...
I will whoop my sons. So I'm not talking about no kid. I'm talking about the fact that I'm a millennial. You're a Gen Xer. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. Y'all were blocked from getting in. So that's my point. At some point, the boomers grabbed some kind of power and forgot they got there from their activism.
Absolutely. But if you looked at it, they've held their power, right?
But that's where
That's
I'm
it.
confused.
They have longevity of this
what
power.
happened to where
When is the
nothing
power
was
gonna
passed?
shift?
That's what I'm saying.
When
like,
is it gonna shift?
what
Now.
happened?
It's time.
But why
It's time.
now? Why not 10 years ago?
Because we tired
Why
of
not
fed
15
up.
years ago? Because again, as a Gen Xer,
Okay.
well, not me, you.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if I don't know if you saw that chart I posted the other day.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I didn't know there was
this
a.
is what this is based off of, y'all.
I didn't even know there was a such thing called a silent generation. But you had a silent generation, a bunch of baby boomers, some Gen Xers, this many millennials.
A little bit at the end, I saw that.
And I'm like, wait a minute.
Well, like, yeah, why aren't there?
Why isn't that
surplus
Gen
in
Xer thing shit a little over? But then I have to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of Republicans that are old.
Yeah, they're not conceding to allowing that next generation to have access.
But not even just that. The ones that are a Republican of a certain age, they already have certain people. And that's why I got it, because I still get upset with Kanye's a little bit. Those Republicans, trust me, they got some lapdogs around waiting just for the moment. I'm tired of this. You come in. And when them younger ones come in, they're going to be more full of hell than them. Why? Because they're new, they're fresh, they're young, and they were trained with so many ideas. Plus, the new, how can you be broke and be a Republican?
Okay, so
I'm sorry. That just popped in my head.
No, because and this is where it's actually shifting. So I'm glad you actually went there because that's what's pulling the conversation for our Black communities, the economics, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe Mr. Austin can expound a little bit more on that mindset because when you get in a room with Black Republicans, they actually say that the Democratic Party is not intentionally making sure Black people have wealth because they're not intentionally focusing on financial things. So when you say, "Oh, is there the financial aspect of that?" It's a ploy that they pull for conversation. So I think what we as Democrats have to educate our base more on financial
because I'm gonna tell
opportunities, more on making sure our candidates have money to run. Right?
I've spoken to some Black Republicans who have money, and I ask them like, "How did you get here?" The story ain't the same.
Come on.
But then they get to saying, "We need to cut food stamps," and I said, "Well, you cut food stamps, what you gonna replace it with?" "I don't know." I said, "But there's poor people out here. You got to pull yourself up by the bootstrap." "Well, how did you get to where you are?" "My parents and my grandparents." You don't even know what a bootstrap is then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Pivoting
So,
the mindset of or the stereotypical view of what quote unquote they think of us. I'm not gonna say they, but you know them. That's why I say I feel
we
like
gonna keep it real up in her.
That's why. Sorry, y'all. I feel like we, as Black communities, Democrat, of course, Detroit being 90%, so of that, should have a stronger conversation about economics. So the Republican can't just come in doing certain next decisions and woo the party. Because how Jimmy James get any of this attention? Let's talk about that, ladies and gentlemen.
Jimmy didn't get any of our attention.
He got, come on now. That race was tight. Was it me?
Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching The Quarantine on WJZZ Cool TV, live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope. Y'all see how I cut that off real quick. But no. 13,000 votes compared to how many from the city of Detroit went for John James? Now, out of those, not John James, Gary Peters. Now, I want to know, 13,000 votes out of the city of Detroit. How many are new Detroiters?
Our new Detroiters.
How many are really Black? How many are other ethnicities? You know what I'm saying? So, I don't think John James never campaigned in Detroit. His thing was, I own a business in Detroit, so that's campaigning.
I think we discussed he was trying to pull from old roots, right? Then you just go back to pulling from my parents and my grandparents and using that as an establishment of I worked hard or I'm coming from something of some good stock of some sort. And that's where I feel like we should move forward to know where we've come from, right? But we even understand with the foreclosure and so forth, a lot of our families have been broke down. I even was having a conversation, but if Chase is still on the line, about how when the freeways came through, right? How it broke up communities.
Right.
So you might have had a whole family in certain areas, and a freeway came through, and everybody just was like, "Well, I'm moving out of the city." Or, but some stayed, but then they lost access to grocery stores and things like that. So, but others found wealth, was able to move, was able to establish themselves, was able to start businesses. And so, I feel we can no longer try to divide based on the party, but have a larger conversation on what we need so we can work together. And we won't have them like divisional concepts like Jimmy James to just come and pop in. Well, like you saying, when he's never done the work here, but want to claim that he's been here all along.
Tracy Tillman Jackson says she's still here. Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you, Tracy.
I hope to meet you soon. We got some business to talk about.
Yes. Y'all tune in to Tracy and her business. I put her link in there. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Miss Thompson. Katie for tuning in.
Henrietta,
there we go.
You and your, I guess you fell down the stairs or something the other day.
We praying for you, Henrietta.
She
just feel better.
She just hurt her ankle. Okay, we're going to pray for your ankle, Henrietta.
We want you to
You might even pray for me when I hurt myself in football. Might rally around me and say, hey, man, your ACL going to be better. Okay. We're going to pray for your ankle, Henrietta. I apologize. I pray that you be able to walk.
There we go.
Very much better soon.
There's power in prayer. Yes, it is.
I got a cane for you just in case you don't. Just in case. 313-355-6018. Anybody want to call in, you can call in. But we about to get to this next conversation. Giuliani and the shit show. Did y'all know about Rudy Giuliani coming here with the Trump train invading our house that the Michigan taxpayers pay for? Not only did he come,
please break it down.
He literally brought a train of craziness with him. He had about 5 witnesses that he was able to question himself. Ladies and gentlemen, if you know anything about parliamentary procedures, he had no business being able to question any witness but the Michigan Grand Old Party. Oh, the Grand Old Party. The Republicans that have been infiltrated by Trump publicans. I'm sorry. If you're a Republican, I can deal with you. If you're a Trump publican, these hands. Ooh, these hands. But anyway, they came here, and what I witnessed, I couldn't believe that I was actually watching.
Now, update them. What meeting was this?
The Michigan House Oversight Committee. Yes. They came here to dispute the fact that the election was fraud and Detroit's the most corrupt city in America and this. Let me tell you something. I'm sorry. I need all my Detroit politicians to stand up and come against these people saying that we corrupt like that. You know, we have our issues, but we definitely are not the most corrupt city in America.
No.
So,
how dare
I honestly feel like that's an attack on us.
Yes, it
an attack on us is an attack on all of Detroit. So I'm gonna need y'all to put something together real soon to come out and say we not having it.
Absolutely.
I don't care if it's a federal person from Detroit, state, city, county. If you from Detroit, and you got that power, and you know what I'm talking about, I'm going to need you to come out and say something.
Yeah. I was shocked our AG was not in the room during that conversation.
Well, I mean, considering that Giuliani ran a courtroom inside of a doggone House Oversight Committee.
Yeah, I was like very shocked.
I didn't know whether Attorney Jeffrey Feiger was going to come in with some people at one point or not, because this is where we was heading.
Yeah, and like you say, Representative Matt Hall had invited him to our house to have, like you say, have the ability to allow these witnesses to tell these testimonies. And like you were expressing that, how did we know that they were telling the truth, right?
I'm sorry.
That's
Oh,
where
girl.
you had the problem, right?
I wish I could find her
Is this
name.
truth we're listening to, ladies and gentlemen? Or these shenanigans and lies you brought to our state of Michigan? I think that's what it was.
There was I found no truth in that. And I mean, the crazy part is you're going to have some Republicans that's, they told the truth. I'm sorry, not Republicans, Trump Republicans. There's a difference. Republicans, again, I can talk to. A Trump Republican, they are just for what they are. Trump. No matter what happens, it's Trump.
Yeah.
If Trump died, they going to say he going to come back next week because he's Superman.
Yeah.
He wanted to kiss everybody when he had corona. He wanted to kiss everybody when he had a deadly disease. Your president he wanted to kiss the women and the men. Big fat kisses, wet kiss. This what he said. He came here and said, I ain't gonna go back into it.
Yes, we're not gonna talk about.
But he wanted to kiss people, the kiss of death. That's what he wanted to give. But these people follow this guy, man. It's like, at some point, where do you have a backbone?
Yes.
$207 million this guy has raised. $207 million he just raised on his own, and he's a billionaire, supposedly.
That's how you keep your money.
Well, I honestly think the guy knows what he's doing, because there's a clause in there that says he doesn't have to spend that money on campaign.
Because I believe he's going to use it for when he gets out of office for his court cases.
Well, you know what? Honestly, I'm glad you brought that
I
up,
was
because
about to say, because he has a lot of court cases in position.
not even
right
just
now, right?
that, his pardons that he keep trying to do, the state of New York just passed something that don't matter. He can pardon who the hell he want to. But if it comes to the state of New York, you getting prosecuted. And a lot of his crimes are where? State of New York.
State of New York.
New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
So, Buddy in trouble. And I honestly think that's why and it just goes to show the kind of narcissism and slowness this man carries around, because at the end of the day, you lost.
Mm-hmm.
You getting up out that White House.
Lost. It's over.
But I then look at all his moves that he's making with all these CIA appointments and these FBI and Pentagon appointments and stuff, and I'm like, what is he really trying to do?
Yeah, he's supposed to be smoothly transitioning out.
Because you hiring new people that are loyalists to you and firing other people, there's something up that man's sleeves that we don't know about, that people may not be even paying attention to. Mm-hmm. We know that there's some BS that he's hiring people, and you only got about 40-something days left even at this job, so I guess they would get about 2 or 3 paychecks. But at the end of the day,
you gotta watch it.
What really is he doing?
Mm-hmm.
How does that, yeah, that's right. He is getting people who are totally loyal. And that's the kind of, there's some Hitler type stuff. Mussolini. Hussein. You know,
we have to make sure we call our legislators and let them know we're watching and we're expecting them to fight for us.
This is how dictators are made. You start putting certain pieces of government together that will fight a war on your behalf, granted that you really have a president somewhere else. This guy get enough people to want to kill on his behalf?
Yeah.
We going to war.
Yeah, exactly.
You got 74 million people that say this is their man. How many of that 74 million is ready to die for Donald Trump?
And that's why that's scary. Brenda says, once again, no gatekeepers, even in the legislative meetings, just which is wrong. then Henrietta Ivy. Hold on. That kind of, what is it, foolery went on in our state. House of Representatives.
Hey, look, y'all get off Facebook and call in here. I want to hear some of y'all voices. What y'all typing me for?
Thank you for joining us.
But yes, thank you for joining. But call. don't be a stranger. Don't be like that. We here. And let me do another drop. You are watching The Quarantine on WJZZ Cool TV, live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope. Call us 313-355-6018. We got a lot of conversation going on in these chats, but use your voice. We only here for an hour.
Yes.
Y'all can chat after the show. Get all up in this inbox. Matter of fact, cuss me out. Give me something to do.
Let's not cuss each other out.
Hey, look. I plan on being elected soon. I know what's coming, so train me. Bug me about something that you just want to bug me about, because that's what it's going to be. But anyway, like I said, I just... The fact that they are going around to legislatures with this doggone lie, the lies.
All right, you got a call?
I was just playing.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, welcome to The Quarantine. Who is?
The quarantine. This is Henrietta.
Henrietta, how are you and your ankle?
Hey, Henrietta.
I'm okay. It's just that it's painful. It's very painful, and it's an injury from 6 months ago, and it's still healing, and I'm not really giving it time. I've been moving on it way before the healing process. So today I was working out, and I think that did it. I think that really kind of set it back a little bit.
So I kind of think that because Joe Biden got hurt, you like him so much that you just want to see what it was like to play with a dog and hurt your ankle. And I kind of know you, and I know you're a radical like that. So is that what that really happened? Did you really just hurt yourself out of nowhere?
No. It definitely it was crazy because I got up this morning. I'm like, okay, I got everything going with my day and trying to strengthen the muscles in my ankle and in my right leg. And I said, I'm gonna work out today. So I got to working out, got on my treadmill, and did some intense working out, and looked around, and a couple hours later, the ankle was swollen. And I'm like, fuck. And so that pain started coming in, and I'm like, well, this ain't gonna be cute today. And I can't put a boot on, I can't put a shoe on, so I'm just gonna have to sit it out. But I do want to call the show and say you guys are doing a fantastic job with the topic, and I wanted to chime in on some stuff in regards to the earlier question. When it comes to the vaccine and this virus. And for me, I feel, and I've done some research on the COVID-19. COVID-19 really is not new. It's not. It's not a new virus. If you look at a lot of your old Lysol cans,
you're right.
So I'm thinking personally that they reinvented this strain of virus, and when they released it, I just feel like it's been all part of a plan way before now, and they knew exactly how do you name something COVID-19 when the virus was out before 2019, or the virus was created before that time. So they had a date and time when they really wanted to release their virus. This is just my own conspiracy theory. And this vaccine that they're making, trust me, it's not quick and fast. It's also been in the making. Me and another person was talking about that today, that there's no way these top pharmaceutical companies are going to put their names out there at risk and saying they just started this vaccine. No. They're pushing it because guess what? They've been creating this vaccine a long time for this particular virus. So that's my note on that. And I just, for me, again, New World Order. I keep telling people it's coming. It's coming. And I don't know if many people understand what that means, but they're going to change this whole system up.
Well, why don't you hurry up and get elected and do something about it?
Say it again?
Why don't you get elected and do something about it?
Of course I'm going to be elected. I'm going to do my very best to do something about it, but it's not going to take just me. I'm going to need a team of people to also get elected.
Well,
it's going to take a lot of us to get elected to fight these powers.
I'll be out here lying. I ain't running for nothing. Rosin will join you, though. Rosin going to join you. Rosin will be there soon.
State House 2022, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. And I'm going to try to be up there with you. I want one of them Senate seats.
There we go. Come on.
I'm looking.
Claim it.
You want to go where the power is, them House of Representatives and them Senate seats.
So real quick, let me ask you, how do you feel about before we get off, because you know we only got that hour.
Oh,
How do you really feel about Giuliani coming here with the Trump shit train?
You know what? How did we even allow the people that we voted into office to give them for them to treat us as people like that? How did they? That's a disrespect. I don't care if it's Republican or Democrat. It don't matter. You were voted into office to protect the people.
Right.
To allow somebody to come into our house and do that in our house is very disrespectful.
Very.
And I'll say this: mobilization. It's time for new power.
It is.
Time for new power.
Yeah. And I just do want to give acknowledgement to Cynthia Johnson for saying you're not going to disrespect our city. We heard her in the background a couple times.
You know she's going to speak out. That's one thing she will do. If she don't like something, she will let you know.
Yes.
No matter how she says it, she's going to say it.
And Darren Carmeleri that spoke.
Darren,
Mr. Cavalieri,
each of those individuals that came making those reports and allegations, even after another judge had thrown out their statements. So, I definitely, you're right. You know, I just wanted to give those two acknowledgement for speaking and standing for Detroit and for the residents and the voters, because these shenanigans they brought to us, like you're saying, shouldn't have been tolerated. And we need better leadership to allow
it's time
our people to be represented
the younger Republicans, the progressive Republicans, to stand up and be new in this as well. I mean, we talk about the Democratic Party and the millennials and the new progressives and the young people that's coming out on behalf of Democrats. We need that same energy for the progressives of the Republican Party. We need younger, because I feel like the younger generation, when it comes to this political party, millennial and Generation X, need to bridge it together. To change these powers up. Unless you're going to be dealing with some young Republicans who've been bred to believe the way that these old ones, you have a lot of them that don't believe it. So I think it's time for the progressive party of the young Democrats and the young Republicans to actually come together and defeat this old party.
Absolutely.
That's where you begin that at.
Yeah, she's totally right. Because you have to cross the aisle.
No, don't worry about that. We're gonna have to let you go because we got a little bit left. But man, you better get in here next week. You better ice your foot.
I'm there.
You got some icy hot?
I'm there. I'm icing it up. And
you got some tea?
My daughter brought me a brace, and she brought me some ace bandages. So I'll be there next Friday for sure.
Tea.
All right, we'll see you next week. Get in here.
All right. Next week.
You guys are doing great. You sound beautiful.
Thank you.
Bless you.
All righty. Bye bye.
So thank you all for still tuning in with us. And again, you are watching the Quarantine on WJZZ Cool TV, live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope. We got about 10 minutes left. What we got going? No, I'm sorry, ain't no 10 minutes left. We got about 5 minutes left. What you got to drop? What events you got going on? Tell us what you have going on.
Yes, well, ladies and gentlemen, of course, I'm the state and community leader in Michigan, but I am still on contract for the National Urban League, and we're showing up and showing out on behalf of Georgia's runoff elections. Like we said, we're still doing voter registration. I do believe they had extended to December 7th, so I am going to drop that in our chat before we tune out, and then making sure individuals that would like to get engaged and get people registered, or just making phone calls, letting people know where their local voting locations are and so forth. I have Cobb County, I have Paulding County, and I have Douglas County. So anybody you know that is in Georgia, your family, check out there like, wait a minute, did I sound like I got some folks in Cobb? Give them a shout out. I'm going to drop in my link. You can sign up with us and get engaged. The bottom line is making sure we win the Senate. Henrietta made a great point. When we think about us winning the House, we definitely have to have a conversation that's going to cross the lines, right? But currently, there's individuals that's in seat that does not agree with what we agree with, right? Or in line with. So currently, we got to make sure that Georgia puts right leadership in position so they can have the basically advancements and the things they need to thrive while we're trying to survive COVID-19. So I'll put it in the link. Come on and join us out. And last but not least, I'm going to need y'all to put y'all mask on. All right, bought these awesome masks in. I'll let him transition to that. But I'm going to need you to mask up and go to your local site and get tested. In District 7, you can go to the Height location off of Warren, right west of Outer Drive. They're open from 8 to 5. Get tested and mask up. Back to you all.
Well, oh, man, this has been a crazy week. I found out that I received a scholarship from Michigan State MPLP 2020 program. So I put that out there, let y'all know that your boy been doing some work this year amid all the craziness with this damn virus. I just don't get it. But anyway, you know, I'll be graduating from the MPLP next year. That experience again is something that I cherish, and I never seen myself ever getting a chance to do. But I'm doing it. I did it. It's done. It is written. God made it happen, so it is what it is. Therefore, it is. Pay attention to people around you. This is about to be a rough time. I don't really see anything being passed amidst all the good hugs and elbow bumps and handshakes they got going on and all the good verbiage. I don't see Mitch McConnell doing anything. And it's unfortunate because at the end of the day, he still has a population of Kentucky that he has to take care of. And the fact of the matter is, he is not representing those people at all. So if he's not representing them, how the hell do we think he's going to do anything for people he don't know? People that don't vote for him. So, please, if you got the means to help somebody, help them. If you could look out for somebody, look out for them. It's going to be rough out here. And then they keep saying this thing is going to get worse and worse and worse. Well, we can't afford to have any more of us die. It's funny, but it's not funny. You know, I overheard a conversation outside my house the other day. I don't know who it was, but a few people had parties over there during the Thanksgiving holidays. And I literally heard an argument outside. Who the hell brought the virus in this house? Because somebody now has it. And I'm like, man, I've been walking around outside with my mask on like, oh, the virus on the block. I don't want it. Please keep it up out this house, man. The virus is on the block. So, I mean, people, it's simple. It's really simple. Just get this thing a little bit. Mask up. Wash your hands. If you're a booger eater, just wait till you wash your hands to do that. You know, hey, some people do. Hey, look, some people eat boogers. Don't laugh at me and get mad at me for saying it. Some people do that. If you're a person that keep your hands on your face, wash your hands.
Wash your hands, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, I can't tell you what to do. I can only recommend what you should do.
And wash your reusable mask, ladies and gentlemen, also.
Oh,
Yeah,
I wasn't done, but Austin, close us out, man.
Please do.
Oh, I get the honor of closing us out.
You
tonight.
gonna close us out tonight?
All right. The only thing I got to say is, just like you wear a mask when you come home from a long day, change your clothes before you lay in your bed.
Ooh.
Because those things are still on your body, because you never know what's going on. If you have to wear a mask to protect your face, think about what's going in your bed on a clean face.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here. This my brother from another mother. This is brother from another mother.
Yes, we're going to need you to put your pajamas on. You take your outside clothes off.
Honestly, you don't have to put on pajamas. If it's your house, just get in the bed, get naked. I
But
mean,
just take the outside clothes off.
just make sure you clean your little funky body.